Namaste and welcome students to this English classroom. This is your own English classroom. Today we are going to do a lesson from Unit 8 of your Grade 6 English book. Okay students, are you ready with your English book and paper and your pencil or your pen? Are you ready students? Okay, please collect them all and be prepared to learn with me. Okay students? Okay, very good. Now we are going to look at the lesson. As I already said, this is from Unit 8. Yes, you are right. And our topic in this unit was Gairigaun and now and then, right? And we talked about the past habits or past, experiences. And let's remember some of the things from our previous lesson. Okay, students, before we start today's lesson, we will talk about the things that we learned in our previous lesson. So in our previous lesson, what did we learn? We learned different words and we learned a story about Gairigaun. Okay, students? So just let's have a look at those information quickly and then we will begin our today's lesson about speaking and grammar. Okay, students? Okay, let's start. The words we learned were decided, reached, attracted, bar people, chautaro, melodious, traveler's rest, recreation. Okay, by these words as well, you might have got some idea about our previous lesson, right? Haven't you? Yes. Okay, so let's talk about Gairigaun and now and then what we have learned in this story. Okay, in the previous lesson, we heard a story from Mukesh's grandfather, and he wanted to know the story because Mukesh didn't know the changes in his village, right? Yes, he didn't know. And who told that there was a change? Yes, the teacher told there was a change, right? You're right. Now, next thing we learned was that Gairigaun is different now. Grandfather tells the story of the village. And from his story, there had been a chautaro in the village. And people and birds enjoyed there. Okay, students? People and birds, we talked about that they were resting, children were playing around it, and birds were singing, right? Do you remember that? Yes, you are right. And there is no chautaro in Gairigaun now. That is the change. There is no chautaro in Gairigaun, and instead of that, what is there? Yes, there are vehicles. There are, pitched road or, concrete road there in the village instead of the rough or natural road. Right, students? Yes. So these are the things that we have learned in our previous lesson from the topic or the text, reading text, Gairigaun, now and then. Okay, so you can, if you haven't read that text again, you can go and read it again. Now we will start our today's another exercise, that is the speaking. Okay, students, can you find it in your book? Let's check out. Under speaking, we have one task, that is underline all the sentences with used to. In the text, Gairigaun, then and now. What is here? You have to underline all the sentences with used to in the text Gairigaun. You have to look back again and then what do they mean and what do they mean? Okay, that is our task. Can we do that? Can we do that? Let's look at the text. Okay, before we start, let's look at the text here. This is our text from the previous text, and here we have been asked, you are asked to underline the words or the sentences that contain used to phrase. Okay, students? Can you find out now? Let's see here. This is what his grandfather said. There had been a peaceful traveler's rest in the middle of the village. Do we find here used to? Not yet. Let's see. People used to call it Bar people Chautaru. Yes, we have one here, used to call it. So you can underline the whole sentence or just used to here to understand it. Many travelers used to take rest at the Chautaru. People, you look here, again I missed one. You can notice here, yes, many travelers used to take rest at the Chautaru. And people was bigger than Bar, I think. I used to spend, another used to. Can you see here used to? Yes, used to spend a lot at the Chautaru and meet many people there. And people used to come there for rest and recreation. You see here another used to. And we could hear melodious songs by the birds while sitting at the Chautaru. There were large, plain, smooth stones where people used to sit and talk about different matters about the village. Again, we have here people used to. Okay, so we were asked to underline these words and sentences. Now, another task is to understand what they mean. So these words used to, as you can see, means that something was in the past and that thing is not at the present. Okay, we don't find that thing. For example, if someone calls, people used to call it Bar people Chautaru. Now there is no Bar people Chautaru to call it Bar people now. So it is in the past. So travelers used to take rest means they used to take rest. Now they don't because that Chautaru does not exist. That Chautaru is not there. Okay, students? So another, I used to spend a lot of time or a lot at the Chautaru and meet many people. It means the writer, spent or visited people there in the past, but now, at present, he doesn't do that. Okay, so these words, used to, makes our sense that we did in the past, but we don't in or at present. Another is people used to come there for rest and recreation. So it means that people visited there for recreation and rest, but they don't now. They don't go there. And another one is people used to sit and talk about different matters. Now people don't sit there and they don't talk about any matters there. Okay, so that's what these words mean. Do you get it, students? Okay, so let's go back again. This is the topic. This is the task that we have done right now. We underline the words, sentences with words used to, and then we also talked about what they mean. Okay, students? So we have got, I think, some ideas about it. Now, next thing we are going to do is talking about. Now, we have some questions, and before that, we have to read a conversation. Can you find out conversation? Who is talking there? Who are the characters or who are the people talking in the conversation? Can you find out? Yes, it's Ronis and Rina. Ronis and Rina are talking about the past experience or past things, like we have studied in the text before. Okay, students, let's find out. Are you ready to read aloud with me? Okay, let's try. Act out the following conversation. Act out means you can get a friend and then you can play it. You can have a conversation being Ronis and Rina. Okay, students, let's read the first dialogue. Ronis says, Rina, do you remember the game you used to play when you were in class 3? Okay, so he's asking to remember the game when they the game which they played in the past when they were in grade 3. What does Rina say? Let's see. Yes, I remember. I used to play hide and seek. What did you use to play, Ronis? Now, she remembers one game, that is hide and seek. And she also asks to Ronis, I used to play Dundee. So what he used to play? He used to play Dundee. Another game. This is the name of game you might have heard or you might have seen also. And Rina says, who did you used to play with? I used to play with my classmates. And you? I used to play with my sister. Okay, this is the discussion, this is the conversation about. So they are talking about games they played in the past. Okay, students? So once again, let's read it aloud together. Okay, students? Ready? Okay, let's start. Ronis. Rina, do you remember the game you used to play when you were in class 3? Yes, I remember. I used to play hide and seek. What did you use to play, Ronis? I used to play Dundee. Who did you used to play with? I used to play with my classmates. And you? I used to play with my sister. Okay, so this is the conversation. I hope you also read with me. Now let's look at the questions. Okay, so there are two questions from this dialogue. Let's see them. Does Rina still play hide and seek? Do you find here about her playing games, hide and seek? Does she still play? Let's see here. So here she played hide and seek. Here, yes, I remember I used to play hide and seek. It means, as we have said, used to means that was done in the past and not at present. Okay, students? So here in this first question, for this first question, you can say, no, she doesn't play hide and seek now, or she, Rina does not play hide and seek. You can say like this. Okay, student? So does Ronis still play Dundee? Look here. I used to play Dundee. It means he played in the past, not right now. So you can say that Ronis does not play Dundee now. He used to play Dundee in the past. Okay, students? Now, do you understand the meaning? Yes, that's very great. Now we will see another task. Okay, let's talk about some of the facts from Nepal. Okay, students, from the past and from today or present. What were there? Let's see. In this video, you can see here, Tribhuvan International Airport. You can see here in the past 55 years ago, it was, it had very few people and there were very few aeroplanes. There, we can say, there used to be fewer people and aeroplanes in the airport. Now, this is now. You can see here a lot of vehicles and a lot of people inside airport, right? Okay, likewise, you can see another, fact or past. In the past, Bodhanath, you can see here, there is a lot of open space. There used to be fewer houses in Bodha, around Bodha, and now you can see here a lot of changes. Okay, there were, there used to be, the area used to have enough space, open space in the past, but now look at here, there are a lot of houses and a lot of changes. And let's look at the old bus park. Have you heard about it? Yes, you have seen, you have visited old bus park. Look at this. In the past, old bus park used to have very few vehicles and it used to be not very clean. But now, look at here, it's so crowded. Okay, there are less space, less open space to move in. Okay, likewise, there we have a lot of changes in Darbar Mark. Look at this in the past, and this is now. Okay, so buildings are higher and taller. You can see here a lot of changes in the in New Road Gate as well. You can see the gate. You can see people are walking and vehicles are just one or two. But now there are a lot of people. Look at this picture, this picture and video. Here, people are moving. Many people are moving in, and you can see a lot of decorations, a lot of signs, signboards, and likewise we have so many such changes in Nepal. So we can talk about it by saying there used to be, people used to have, the people used to wear different dresses. People used to visit different temples, but now many people visit it, and there are many crowded population now. You can talk about past and present likewise. Okay, students, now let's go to the next task. That is, let's talk about again the past that you have. Okay, in the past, you look at this picture, how children spend their time. Okay, do you have this kind of experience? Okay, look at the children like you, they are walking with bamboo sticks. And this situation used to be in the past. Children used to spend their time while they were in, many years ago in Nepal or in different parts of the world. Children didn't have opportunity like you to watch movies, to use internet, and they played like this. So they used to, you can say, in the past, children used to play with bamboo sticks, and they had a lot of time with their friends. They used to go outside of their house. Let's look at another situation. Look at how the children are playing together. In the past, children used to play together. They used to play different games than now. They used to play like you can see in the picture, marbles. Okay, have you seen them? Yes. Okay, and the children today. Okay, can you see the difference? A lot of students or a lot of children use mobile phones for passing their time instead of playing together. Even though they are together, they might be enjoying themselves inside mobile phones. Right, students? This is our today. And they used to, in the past, children used to play or pass time in different ways. Did you see that? Did you notice? Okay, yes. That's very great. Now you have found some of the changes and you have known how to talk about them. Okay, now you have a lot of changes like this. Okay, communication has changed. Now let's talk about some of the exercises that we have in our book. Under exercise C, you can see, what do you say in the following situation? Use used to. Now we have to comment, okay? Are you ready? Okay, let's see. John doesn't like apples now. John doesn't like apples now. It means he liked before. So how do you say? You can comment, okay? Use used to. That's for you, your task now, okay, students? I'm going to show some more such tasks. You don't wear shorts now. What does it mean? You don't wear shorts means, it means you were in the past. So you can use used to and you can talk about that. Another one is Nasib doesn't like tea now. Nasib doesn't like tea now means he liked in the past. Another one is My brother doesn't throw things away. Doesn't throw things away means, means he threw in the past. So you can say used to. I live in a flat. When I was child, you can see here, you have to use here something, but now I don't stay or live in a flat, means you stayed in the flat before. Another one is I play football. I play football when I was at school, but now I don't. She be able to speak French, but she has forgotten it all. Okay, so you can talk about, you can see the situation and know the past. Okay, students, when it means somebody says that you don't like apples now, means you liked in the past. So you can say that you used to like apples before. You can say like that. Okay, students, so you can understand the context and past and then talk about using used to. Let's see here. I'll show you the answers. You can also guess them earlier. Okay, students. Okay, let's get ready and see. John doesn't like apples now means he used to like apples before. Another situation is you don't wear shorts now. You don't wear shorts means you used to wear shorts before when you were younger. He doesn't like tea now. It means he used to like tea before, but now he might like coffee or something else instead. Another one is my brother doesn't throw things away. Now, my brother doesn't throw things away means he threw in the past. Your little brother, might have thrown some things around him in the past. So you might say this. So you can say he used to throw things away before when he was very young. He used to throw everything whatever he got, like dolls, balls, okay, things of your notebooks, your books. Have you experienced that? Yes, right? Your brothers or sisters, younger sisters might do that. So another one is, I live in a flat when I was a child, but now I don't. It means I don't live in a flat now means I used to live in a flat before, but now I live in a house maybe. Okay, another one is she was able to speak French, but she has forgotten it means she used to be able to speak French. Now she doesn't because she has forgotten. Did you get, students? Okay, so can you now talk about such sentences? Okay, you can comment about the past habits by looking at the present situation, right? Okay, students, so this is the exercise about speaking. So if you want to say or if you want to share your experience, you can talk about it with your friends. Okay, students, like I may say I used to do or play different things when I was in grade 2 or grade 3. You might share your experience, your habit, okay, your whatever you did in the past. So you can talk about it by using used to. Okay, students, now I would also like to give you some ideas before starting the grammar now section. We have now completed the speaking section. Before we start the grammar one, let me just add some ideas about talking about past. So you can say I used to, okay, for talking about past habit or actions Okay, for this you can talk about I used to play with dolls. Okay, so you can say I used to, or there is also simply way you cannot or you must not always stick to this. You should not always use used to. You have also another way to talk about the past. You can simply say I played with dolls as well. This is also okay if you want to or if you feel difficult to use the previous one. Another way you can use is I would play with dolls, okay, when I was small or when I was a very little kid. So look at here. You can either use verb 2 or past tense, or you can use would plus this verb 1 for talking about the same past experience. Okay, students? You can say I would play with friends, I would play dendebut, I would play hide and seek with my friends, I would go to visit temples a lot. Likewise, you can talk about it. Or you simply can say, many years ago, I played with my friends a lot. I played or I ate a lot of sweets when I was a kid. Likewise, you can talk about in past tense as well. This is another option. Okay, student? So that's the thing that you can use. I'll talk about it again because we have another topic that is also on the same topic. We have grammar exercise for the similar idea. Okay, students? So we are going to use used to, okay, very well from now because we have this another exercise here. Now let's read time for grammar here. I study these sentences. Let's study. She used to have a long hair, but now it's short. Look here, situation. She used to have a long hair, but now it's short. Did they used to have a dog? Okay, another, when you want to make a question, look here. When you want to ask about the past experience or habits, you can use did they use or did you use. It didn't used to snow a lot in winter. Okay. Another sentence is I speak English now, but I didn't used to speak it when I was in grade 1. Okay, so what you find here, you have different forms here. This one is question, this one is a statement, and this one is negative. Okay, there is also negative. So when you want to talk about or when you want to ask something in the past, you can use did you used to. Okay, so did you used to? You can use this phrase or words, these words, did you used to, if you want to ask about someone's past experience. Or if you want to say something you did in the past, you can use used to. I used to go there. I used to eat chocolate. And if you want to say that you didn't do something in the past, then you can say I didn't used to like fight. I didn't used to something bad. Do something bad. Likewise, you can talk about something you didn't do. Okay, students? So these are the different forms we can use. Now let's see the questions and exercises, and then we will talk about it again. Here, let's choose the correct words to complete each sentence. Each sentence here. 200 years ago. Okay, it's a long period of time, right? Okay, it's a long period of time. So 200 years ago in Nepal, or in the world, what did the people do? Can you guess? Okay, read the sentence and find out. Okay, students, let's see. People used to, okay, or didn't used to make their own clothes. Okay, many years ago. Another sentence is, people used to or didn't used to have mobile phones 200 years ago. What do you say? And another one is, people didn't used to read books. So do you think they read books 200 years ago? You may think so. Then you can say used to, or they didn't. If they didn't used to. Another one is people didn't used to watch TV. Another one is people didn't used to drive cars. Okay, students, now let's find out. So do you think that people went to shopping centers and bought some clothes for themselves before 200 years ago? 200 years ago? I don't think so, right? And so they may be making their own clothes by themselves, because there was no such clothing shops before, okay, many years ago. You might say so. And do you think that people used mobile phones before 200 years ago? No, because you might have no idea. Mobile phones are just in your age, I think. It's not been more than 20 years, around 25 years. Before that, people didn't use in Nepal, and in many of the world, people were not used to it. Okay, students, and people didn't used to read books. So before, people used to read books, right? It's right, because they didn't have computer, they didn't have internet. They used to read books and didn't watch TV. Yes, they didn't watch TV, most of them, because all of them, before 200 years, there was no invention of TV, mobiles, okay? So they didn't watch. So people didn't used to drive cars. Okay, 200 years ago, maybe many people or most of the people didn't use cars. Okay, so we can say like this: 200 years ago, people, used to make their own clothes, and people didn't use mobile phones. People used to read books, and people didn't used to watch TV, and people didn't drive car, and people used to walk everywhere, okay, because they didn't have such vehicles to travel. Okay, this is the task B from the grammar. Now let's see another task from grammar section, that is choosing the correct words to complete each sentence. Here are the list of sentences from A to F. You are asked here to choose the correct answer. The options are here: used to, didn't used to. Why did people mend their clothes? Okay, so let's look at here. Why did people? You have to say used to, okay, without ed, used to, because we have did here. And the question B, I like watching football, but now I do, means I didn't in the past, now I do. So we have to have the negative one. I didn't used to like football. Okay, students, so on the C, what did you like doing when you were young? Let's choose the correct one. What did you use? When we have did here, you have to choose the, okay, present one or the infinitive one, infinitive verb, like used to here. What did you used to like doing when you were young? Okay, now next sentence on D. John like Mary, but he doesn't now. It means he used to like. So the answer is used to like, right, students? Okay, you got it. And number E, people produce as much rubbish as we do nowadays. Okay, we do a lot of, we produce a lot of rubbish today, right? So in the past, did we produce such rubbish? No, we didn't. So we have to say negative here and use negative one. Didn't used to produce. We didn't do that as much, rubbish as we do now. Okay, students, now on F, number F, did you collect anything when you were young? So when you see did here, it is already past. So we have to use here without ed, like you can see here the word used to. Okay, students, so did you use to collect anything when you were young? Okay, these are the answers, correct words. You can correct your sentences, you can choose them and complete the exercise. Okay, students, now let's move to the another exercise D to complete the sentences with used to and didn't used to. Are you ready, students? Okay, please be ready. Okay, so we have here from A to Z, we have to complete the sentences by looking at the situation. Look at here. A, on this A, number A, I play the guitar, but I do now. So when you play right now and you talk about something different in the past, then you can say I didn't used to play the guitar in the past, but I do now. Okay, another one is ride a bike, but I don't anymore. You means you don't ride a bike now, means you used to ride a bike in the past. Okay, so we find that from the situation. Okay, students. So number C, let's look at here. I used to collect stamps, but I don't anymore, means I don't collect now. Okay, on number D, I didn't used to enjoy getting up early, but I do now. In the past, I didn't get up early, means I slept for a longer time. Another one is E, be worried about the environment, but I'm now. So you are worried about the environment now, means you were not worried. So you can say I didn't used to be worried. I be afraid of flying. Have you ever flown in an aeroplane? Are you afraid? So look at here, this person is not worried or afraid, means in the past he used to be afraid of flying, but I'm not anymore. Know how to use computer, but I do now. So now the person can use computer, means he didn't used to know how to use computer. Okay, students, now we have come to the ending of the today's lesson. So I just like to test you just with some sentences. Let's look at here. Rihanna is a singer, you know that, right? So was an army cadet before her career. So you can say, what can you say? You can guess, okay? Barack Obama was an ice cream scooper at Baskin Robbins. Do you know Barack Obama? Okay, yes. And Anuradha Koirala spent more than 20 years teaching children at various schools around Kathmandu. So can you talk about her past experience? And the last sentence, let's talk about Selena Gomez, another singer, famous singer, I think you know her very well, began her acting career in 2002 as a child. So you can use used to and talk about their childhood experience or their job. Okay, students, so let me help you. Rihanna used to be an army cadet. Obama used to be an ice cream scooper. Anuradha Koirala used to teach children at various schools. Selena Gomez used to do acting in 2002. Okay, likewise you can talk about someone's past experience and habit. Okay, students. Okay, so we have come to the last part of our lesson. So that is summing up. We have talked about our past and past habit. It is about using used to and didn't used to and did you used to, and also we talked about other ways you can talk about the same experience using would or past tense. Okay, this was for today's lesson, students. Thank you for staying with us. I hope this lesson helps you a lot. Do the exercises and show it to your teacher. Thank you, students. Namaste.